Everyone's probably wondering why they haven't seen any recent college highlights. If I got kicked out of Justice College, I'll start from the beginning. I got a picture of when I was 1 years old holding a basketball in the bedroom. Played basketball at parks and gyms, wherever I could. I always played for fun. I always liked watching basketball highlights on the internet. I loved studying film, watching the Phoenix Suns. Steve Nash was one of my favorite players growing up. Was constantly watching basketball highlights. I had an undeniable love for the game of basketball. I also got a memory of when I was in eighth grade. For all the eighth graders that are watching this, in case you guys are wondering, when I was in eighth grade, we had PE and we had this thing called festival. Basically, there was different teams sanctioned for PE, and we would compete in like a playoff bracket and then a championship bracket. Anyways, I had a team full of kids who played soccer, football. They didn't even really play basketball. I was literally probably averaging 30 to 40 points a game in that league, and we went all the way to the chip, and we played a team that literally had a stacked team. They had like guys who were literally 6'3" in eighth grade and could dunk. So they had like four guys who were over 6'3" who could all dunk, and my team had a whole bunch of soccer players. I dropped like 50 points that game. I don't remember if we won or lost, but that was a memory I had of, just carrying a team of underdogs. I always had the heart of a lion. That's like one of the memories I had where it's just like I would always put the team on my back, and a lot of people didn't believe in us, but I was always in the gym working on my shooting, working on my skills. So it didn't even matter if I was one of the shortest players. They had to double team me, and their plan still wasn't working because I was pulling it from everywhere and just playing my game. Yes, I did play in high school. I played my ninth grade year. At the beginning of the season, I probably was averaging 3 to 5 points. Wasn't really the best player, got pretty nervous, but during middle of the season I wasn't eligible because my grades weren't good. So I actually brought my grades up. I was staying in the gym all the time. I was staying after the gym, waking up early, just always training, working on my game. And I brought my grades back up. And then that towards the end of the season, I probably averaged like around 13 to 20 points. And on the freshman team, though, not JV or varsity, but still just showing that, with hard work and discipline you can accomplish. You can start getting buckets and start cooking. Sophomore year, there was some drama, with players or whatever, with coaches. We won't get into it too much, but with players and all that. But basically, didn't play my sophomore year. I played rec and I averaged around 10 to 15 points, but I was still in the gym all the time. And I want to say, ninth grade, 10th grade, big shout out to the trainers that worked at the school. Big shout out to Coach Everett, Coach Chris, and Coach Sean. I was always working out with them, getting workouts in. And some of the varsity guys like my boy Sam and other guys that played at the school, I was always working with them, even though I wasn't on the school team. My love for the game never stopped. I was still watching highlights, still watching film, constantly grinding. I knew that one day I was going to be able to do something with basketball, make money playing basketball. That was always my goal, so I never gave that up. And I'll say junior to senior year, I didn't end up playing either because, other drama happened for whatever reason, transferring schools and not being eligible for some reason, or the schools even dropping their basketball program, which is crazy to even think about. But it just didn't work out. So after high school, I just ended up, getting a job, working at Fry's, pushing carts, bagging groceries. But I still played basketball for fun at LA Fitness. And I was still getting in the gyms when I could and getting in the parks. I was always working on my game, even though I wasn't on the school team. So I never gave up my love for the game of basketball. Always training, always grinding. I was still working. I was working. At this time, I think I was working at Pizza Hut. After I graduated, and I ended up seeing this flyer saying that PHH Prep, which is a prep school, postgrad school in Arizona, had a tryout. I was like, let's give this a try. Just for fun, see if I could do something with this basketball stuff. I went to the tryout. I went crazy. I hit probably literally like 10 threes in one game, like pulling up from anywhere, just cooking. I had the kids in the gym going crazy that were watching. Even one of the coach's son was just like, he was just going crazy because he couldn't even believe it. It was so tough. I ended up, going again to the team. I was going to some practices. The coach just had me like holding the camera, filming people at the practice. And our first scrimmage, I was the only player that didn't get in the game at all. Not even a chance to shine, not even, a chance to even play. But I was always working on my game because I was taking it serious. I was like, maybe I could, go to a big college after this or go pro, do something with basketball. But after I didn't get in that first scrimmage and he didn't play me at all, I was like, I don't think this was a good fit for me. And I was kind of posting a little bit of videos on TikTok here and there. I probably had around 100,000 followers on TikTok. So I was like, I'm probably just going to go full in with this TikTok stuff. I could just lock in with it. The PHH thing, you got to like pay to play when you're on that Postgrad team. So I was just like, I didn't think it was worth it. I took a chance with content. I started grinding content. Next thing you know, I started blowing up during COVID. My videos at the parks were going viral, getting posted on Overtime, House of Highlights, Bleacher Report, ESPN, Sports Center. I mean, literally all over social media, just blowing up, getting millions of views, and me cooking at the park. And I started getting some money, started landing some sponsorship deals. So I had felt like I made the right decision focusing on content, just, being able to do what I love and train basketball every day and stay in the gym all the time and then make money off of it. It got to a point where I was working at Taco Bell at the time, and um, even Kenny Chow will say he remembers when I was working at Taco Bell. I actually was able to quit the job because I was making good money from contest basketball, and it was also what I love to do. I always wanted to play basketball and make money off of it, so I kept grinding. My videos were going viral. Postgrad team at Miami called Time to Ball Prep that wanted me to play and recruited me, but that was the first post grad team that like would say they were interested in me, but I don't think they were willing to do the scholarship. So there was no way that I ended up wanting to do that. So then I kept grinding content, and then eventually Inspire post grad, which I want to say is like 2 or 3 years ago, they reached out to me. I did that because they gave me a full scholarship for it. I took a chance with it. I was like, okay, let me see if I can, just hoop against some tougher competition, give it a shot again, see what I could do. I did really well. Had some 20-point games, 15-point games on Inspire Postgrad for about 3 months. Well, it started to work out with the AZ Compass trainers. Shout out Coach Ryan, Coach Mo. I could say that I'm good. everyone just helping me develop my game. And then the next 3 months after Inspire Prep Postgrad, a sponsor took it over and just had felt like it was Barry's decision to change the jersey, so we switched it to GOY's Academy, and we actually scrimmaged at Inspire Prep Postgrad while they were still around. So we scrimmaged them, we beat them. I dropped like 20 points on them because I had a green light. They were letting me play the way I want to play, play most of the game, have the ball in my hands, just more free type of basketball. Because when I was with Inspire Prep, it was a lot more like, catch and shoot. It was a lot more traditional basketball, but I actually played better when I had. So yeah, I played better. I played a lot better just playing my own game, being comfortable out there. We finished that off. That was like another 3 months. So in total, and then we joined the men's league after that. So like Postgrad is probably a total like 6 to 7 months, and then another 2 months of men's league. But I was working out with those trainers consistently, overseas trainers from AZ Compass, like Coach Ryan, Coach Mo. Just doing NBA level skill training, getting in with all these trainers, taking it super serious to see like if I can actually get a D1 scholarship out of it, just to prove the haters wrong. Because if you guys remember, one of my original TikTok videos that blew up, I said that I got a scholarship from Duke, so just to show the haters that I can go D1 and my skill level is that high, so I wanted to do that. And the season ended. I didn't end up with any scholarships right away. But another side note was like we played Park University with GeoWise Academy. We played Hillcrest. We played AOSS, which some of those top level post-grad teams and high school teams that we played had guys that were signed to D1 schools.
the ball. Good. Whoa. Go, pick up. Get back.
Yes, sir. Go, get it in. Yes, sir. Oh, shit. Yeah, I got you. Looking like an open.
Sit.
Watch out. Watch out. What the fuck are you doing? Oh my God. Oh, all right. Shot. Watch out. Go, push. Shoot that shit. Watch out. How do you here you go up? Good, stay down, Jack. Good, good, good. Watch out! Let's go! That's what I'm saying. Get rebound, here.
And committed to D1 schools. So the fact that I was able, and like some 5 stars even, the fact that I had like 20 to 30 points on their team in a real game environment just shows you that, you know, I could really hoop at a high level, and I could just hoop with the best of them. So anyways, that ended up wrapping up. After that, you know, just went back to content, collabing. You know, I know you guys seen the DC Heat show that I did, where it was like,
when I play ones, I fucking love Gio. Let's run the game.
definitely, let's get it.
Let's go.
Oh! Oh my God! Hey!
2K in real life, you know, collabing with a whole bunch of creators, you know, Nasser, Jordan, J-Dub, you know, D-Lou, Rondo, just say a few, just all these creators. We came out with a lot of bangers, videos that went viral, millions of views. And then I noticed that like some of these creators were going back to college, and I thought it would be a good idea to see, you know, now that I had a post-grad resume, even though it was like, I think this was like 5 months off of the post-grad at this time. So I already had a post-grad resume. So I was like, you know, maybe a college will pick me up because I had that. Because in the past, I only had, you know, my 9th grade stuff, and I didn't really have any highlights. I don't think I got any highlights from when I was cooking in 9th grade, so or my rec team highlights, but I had highlights of post-grad, and that's another reason why I wanted to do that. So then I, you know, went and checked out some colleges. Another reason why post-grad is because like maybe some over teams will see it too from those highlights. So hit up some colleges. Around this time, it was around December. I just got done playing in the Creator League against Nelson Newman. That video had millions of views. I had so much. I was drawing comparisons from like LaMelo Ball, you know.
1 foot.
You know, from the type of shots I was hitting. I just had some tough highlights, and I played a really good, solid game. And I reached out to a couple colleges. I think 2 said no, but surprisingly, one that said yes and gave me the biggest scholarship they offered was Justice College, which was super awesome. It was everything I prayed about. I don't know if you guys remember in my original videos, I used to post road to JUCO, which was like a road to getting a college scholarship. And this was like around 2021 when I was posting this. So the fact that like I actually ended up getting a college scholarship, I think that video went pretty viral on TikTok. It showed a lot of people that when you have hard work and you really believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything. So I ended up playing at Justice College. First game I had like 15 points versus PHH Prep, which is funny because that's one of the post-grad schools I want to play for. And then I dropped another 20-point game. After that, I'm going to put the highlights there in the video so you can see it, cooking, step backs, hitting some tough shots. And then the game after that, I want to say I had 10 to maybe like 15 points. And then I want to say like the third game, I probably had like 3 points. And then I would say after that third or fourth game, the coach just stopped playing me for whatever reason, even though I was showing up to practices and doing everything I was supposed to do. But I don't know if teammates were getting, but I was just not really getting any PT. So we wrapped up the season. I think the last game of the season in playoffs, I probably played 10 seconds and I came in, I hit a 3. It was halftime. And then he sat me down for the rest of the game. So that was my experience with college. After that, I went back to, focus on content creation, got an opportunity. Julian Newman Brandress hit me up to do a boxing match. That was a super cool experience. And then, so at this time, Justice was like, are you going to come back to the school? Or are you going to come back, in this upcoming season? So I did show up to the first day of practice because I was like, maybe this could be cool. Maybe it's a good idea. Summer, I did some park takeovers. I did one in Tucson. I was cooking, frying, showing my improvements after, being in college and everything like that. So I ended up going to the first day of practice. But during the first practice, like we had a first week of practice, Puma hit me up to do a collab video with LaMelo Ball. And it was a super good opportunity, so I had to take it. I mean, they were taking care of our flights and everything like that, hotel. So I took it, did that collab video with LaMelo Ball. I missed 2 days of practice, and it just looks a certain way when you're like on a team and you're missing practice. And obviously, it's for events and stuff, but all these other players are showing up consistently to practice, and I'm not. It was kind of hard for me to start showing up at this time because I had the Puma event that I got invited to. I was thinking about doing another boxing match, but they didn't end up following through. I wanted to do another boxing match too because it was like, why not? And then also had Bucks Island, which if you guys know the guy who's been going viral on the Next Chapter. He started his own kind of like event, like Next Chapter. So I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity. That's a good way to get your name out there. So I just had to realize that I'm going to be missing a lot of practices and a lot of not games, but just practices, and I have other opportunities that I wanted to take with content, and I was making good money from sponsors and ad videos, and also at Justice College you have to be in an in-person class, which is pretty tough when I have to edit videos, like edit these ad videos or send it to someone to edit it and direct them on how to edit a video. So it was really hard to do that last semester when I went there while I was in class, because the teacher would be like, yo, what are you doing on your phone? You got to do your schoolwork. But I'm like, I'm over here trying to, get this brand deal, because you have a certain time frame where you have to get it done at. So I was thinking, with all those things in consideration, it was a better decision for me to focus on content. I will say that I had made that decision. I had another college that reached out to me, which was D3 school in Pennsylvania, and they literally said they'll make me the star player and have me scoring 40 to 50 points a game, which was a great opportunity. Also played on a semi-pro team, the Tucson Buckets, had a couple 20, 30-point games out there as well. In semi-pro, you're playing against competition that already finished college or already played overseas or played D1. So it's really good competition. So showing that I can play against the best of them again. But around this time, I will say I'm focused on my YouTube channel. If you guys are wondering, I'm still in college. I'm just doing online now. Still trying to get my degree just so I can focus on my content creation, and I want to do a lot more park takeovers here in the future, a lot more collaborative content. You might even see me in an overseas jersey soon. I was talking to a TBA, a TBL team also, so you might end up seeing that also. But I will say that, doing more ad videos and then just giving back to the community, doing some more AAU stuff with the kids, and some firm believer that God's always led me into the path that I am in now. And I feel like this is what he wants from me. He wants me to focus on content. He probably wants me to even see me in an overseas jersey. Maybe he wants to see me in the NBA, but for right now, I feel like he wants to see me give back to the community, inspire the youth, and play at these different parks and do these different takeovers. Your college career with practices and team gatherings and different events that you have to do, and basketball content and ad videos and collaborations. So I feel like during this time while I'm young and I have this motion and I'm getting more opportunities with more ads and everything like that, I think it's smart for me to focus on content creation instead of, playing college at this time, unless it's like, D1. If I get a D1 opportunity, obviously I have to take that, because NIL right now is crazy good. But yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at right now. I will say that I didn't get kicked out of Justice College. That was cap, but I wanted you guys to click on the video, so I knew it was gonna get a lot of clicks. Yeah, still grateful that I got the scholarship. Still grateful that I got the opportunity. But I think that God is calling me for a different path. I want to know your guys' thoughts down below. And I appreciate you guys for following me on this YouTube channel. I have a lot more awesome content for you guys on the way. I plan to travel the states, travel the cities, travel to different countries, and do some sick park takeovers, do some sick, awesome AAU tournaments. Guys, you guys see, I got that D3 offer in Pennsylvania. They want to make me the star of the team. I might take that. I'm looking at my options right now, but you guys see doing this men's league stuff right now. We got the kid who dropped 100 points on his high school team right here in Arizona. Adrian and stuff. Shout out to him. And then other talent in Arizona that I've been, hooping with in parks or other rec games and stuff. Trying to get, just give them a chance to shine on my YouTube channel. So that's what I'm up to these days. I'm really aiming for the NBA too, outside of the content stuff. We'll see if it happens. Maybe if they have like some kind of tryout, or if the Suns GM hits me up. You guys can see what I got. This little cheat day. We just took a dub in our men's league team. Went crazy. Had about me and a top high schooler that had dropped 100 points this game. We combined for like 70 today. My boy Ace. So I had about 30 points. So had a little bit of a celebration, and we took the dub. But make sure you guys stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe. On the road to 100K subscribers.